Welcome back, guys. This is Wedding Advice by Pink Book, and I'm Natalie.
I'm Melindy, and in today's video, we visit another amazing wedding dress designer, Diaan Daniels, and he takes us through his take on wedding dress trends for the year, as well as all the logistics, tips, and ideas around picking your wedding dress.
This video helped me a lot in making my decision, and I know it's going to help you guys too. Enjoy the video.
I'm Diaan Daniels from Diaan Daniels Couture. I've been in the fashion designing industry for over 21 years now. Yes, it's been that long. I've started in Bloemfontein. I'm a Bloemboykie, and my passion was always when I was very small, from a young age. My grandmother actually sparked that passion in me from crocheting, making dresses and doll stuff when I was very young. She saw something in me, and then, that just lit the fire for so many things in my life. So that's where it started. From Bloemfontein, I moved to Johannesburg, where I've been for over 10 years. And then I had a wonderful opportunity to have my own TV show on Via, My Droom Trouwrok. So let's start with the stuff that I don't like. I don't think white complements skin tones, most skin tones. Also, when it comes to photographers, they would tell you it washes out all the color when you're not in a studio, because you're not getting married in a building. For instance, when you take your pictures, it's only the church, but you want to take those beautiful pictures outside. So I believe there needs to be depth to a wedding gown. I like all different styles. As I said before, I design for my customer. So it can be a pink wedding gown, it can be a red wedding gown, but as long as it's done very tastefully and with the bride's personality in mind. And that's what I love doing, making spectacular gowns that makes the client sparkle. When you have a custom-made gown made for yourself, naturally and obviously you're going to have more fittings with your designer, so that the dress is closely fitted and molded, and you are happy at the end of the day with the end result. That is a process that can take from 6 to 8 months. If you push your designer, maybe 4 months. But when you have a ready-to-wear dress that you're going to pick out of a catalog from either my ready-to-wear collection or another bridal house, it takes also around 4 to 6 months to order your dress in a standard size. Then when your dress arrives in the country from other bridal dresses that imports, or other bridal stores that imports from other designers or international designers, then you need to go for alterations to make sure the gown fits you a little bit snug. Do the hem, take it in, and make sure you are perfect to go on your wedding day. Sometimes the stress is a little bit less, and you know beforehand that you are going to look like this. Custom made, you need to trust your designer 100%, because it is a process from start to end. It's not about how long it takes to make the dress. Remember, you are not our only customer for myself and any other designer. So make sure you are an early bird, because we need to make sure that your gown is on time and ready to go at least 2 weeks prior to your wedding. The only way we're going to find out what suits you is when you come for a fitting and try on a few gowns, because sometimes you will be very surprised on what's going to fit you, because most standard advice that you get on internet, or your mom has told you, or your friends has told you, oh, you're too short, you can't wear this style, you're too short, you can't wear that. Sometimes doesn't work. It is from each person to person, and it depends on the style of the dress, the fit of the dress, yes, your body shape as well. So just come to a designer or a wedding shop and try on dresses so you can get the perfect fit for your height. If you have a bespoke gown made for yourself and you pick up weight, or for instance lose weight, pick up weight is the problem. So stay out of the cookie jar, because it's more difficult to alter a dress and to make it bigger than making it smaller. If you've got a ready-to-wear gown, You can lose as much weight as you want, but please, me as a designer, or myself, I can only speak for myself, I like a girl with a little bit of curves. Most brides ask what do I do with my wedding dress afterwards, how do I preserve it? So, I had clients that loved their wedding so much that they bought a beautiful mannequin, they display their wedding dress in that living room that they don't really use, or the spare bedroom. She puts her gown up on the mannequin for display, and with a picture on the wall and their album next to it. That's one option. If you don't want to go all out there, you get special boxes that preserve your wedding dress, that's treated. So you can just Google and you will find a solution. Hiring or buying a dress? Mostly I get that question. It's up to you where you want to spend your money. But remember, when you hire a dress, you need to make sure that they can make the right alterations for you so that you still look good on your wedding day. Not everyone can hire a dress, because a shop like myself or other bridal shops can only do minor alterations to your gown, because we still have to rent the gown out again. So if you are too short, we cannot alter your wedding dress very short if you're only hiring. So sometimes it's best to spend that little bit extra and buying your own gown. But if the rental option is for you, do research. There are beautiful gowns out there. So go and have a look. What influences the price of a wedding dress is definitely a few things combined. It can be fabric, because some fabrics we import, like myself, or we hand bead it. I've got a whole embroidery shop in India where we actually hand make your lace. It's all up to you. And it can be labor intense. So there's many different factors to your wedding dress. That is why you can't put a price on it and send me a picture over Messenger or an email. How much is this dress? If you're gonna pay 2,000 Rand for a wedding dress, expect that you're gonna get in value 2,000 Rand. So, what is important to you? Is the dress important? Is the venue important? That's a question that me as a designer cannot answer. If you do a little bit of research, you will find, I think, the perfect designer or bridal shop that's in your budget, and you will still look perfect on your wedding day. We realize as designers and bridal shops, not everyone has a huge budget for their wedding dress, but it is, I think, one of the most important things on your wedding day. You should expect anything, if you include hire, between realistically 15, 20 and upwards. It's very important to have a steamer at hand on your wedding day, because your wedding gown might be creased, and especially to take that beautiful pictures, you need to iron it out. And what's just as important as to ask your designer or ask mom or your bridesmaid to pack a sewing kit, because you might just need it. As a designer, I get often asked, what is the trend of next year? What's the trend of 2020? My answer always for a bride, yes, there's trends, there's international trends, open back, low in front, beautiful lace. The lace differs, so every year it changes, beading, but I would say, how are you going to look in 10 years when you look at your photo? It needs to be timeless, classic, and you still need to like your wedding gown. So, do not always follow the trend. You can have elements of the trend to suit your personality, or maybe just to make it more current. But keep always in mind that in 10 years' time, do I still love my wedding dress? For me as a designer, what a bride should bring along, coming for a fitting or consultation to discuss her dress, maybe just an idea of what you want. So bring that picture, but also come with an open mind. That is all that we ask, because we want you to look the best on your wedding day as well. Making a booking for your wedding dress, or going try on wedding dresses, or having one designed, what you need to discuss in the consultation that people forget is your destination, where you're going to get married, time frames. You might be leaving 3 weeks earlier than your wedding date, and the designer or the bridal house should know that, so that you don't run into any problems with alterations or making the dress. What's very important meeting with the designer or bridal house is to know your real budget. We know that things can go up, things can go down, especially when you're spending lots on your wedding. So you might have underestimated your budget, but it's very important on designing your wedding dress. What do you have left after your wedding? It's the picture, and what's in the picture? Your wedding dress. So maybe invite that one guest less that's going to talk about you after the wedding, that you don't really want there. Misconceptions that brides got about their wedding day and their dress. Let's focus on the dress. It would be that designers only design for the skinny models. That's not true. That's why the more curvy brides, or just an everyday average bride, can come to a designer to make sure that she looks great on her wedding day. It's usually those brides that stays away from designers and go to aunt or someone they know, or even put mom under pressure to make the wedding gown because they are very unsure and don't feel confident enough to go to a designer and say, help me, I need help. We are here especially for that.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and comment down below what you would like to see next. And until then,
Happy planning.